Hi Pisces, this is your horoscope for September 2023. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. So for you guys Pisces, there are a couple of really significant things happening in September. First of all, on the 3rd of September, we've got Venus, the planet of love, beauty and creativity, that goes direct. So Venus and Mercury and Mars, the personal planets, when they go retrograde, it really affects us personally. That's what they call personal planets. And when Venus is in retrograde, what's really influenced are things, starting new things that you really care about and that you love. So starting a new business, a new relationship, any kind of new venture. With the planet going direct, those kind of things are now again supported. It works really, really well. And the thing about Venus as well is that it's in Leo at 12 degrees. So Venus, the planet of love and creativity, excuse the bells in the background. In Leo, it's very much about I love to take charge. I love to put myself into a position of leadership in order to create what I think is beautiful and how I can make a contribution to the world to enrich it, right? 12 is 3. 3 is about communication and new beginnings. So it really, really prompts you to start something that puts you at center stage, that allows you to shine as such. And not only that, but for you guys, Pisces specifically, it's in your 6th house of work, right? So all of this creative energy, all of this desire to begin something new, it happens in that career sector. The 6th house also rules your daily routine, your physical health. So any kind of new beginnings you want to have in any of those practical areas, September really, really supports that. So anyone starting a new business or anyone who's single and looking to get into a relationship, this is really, really good for you. Okay, then the next day, on the 4th of September, we have Jupiter, the planet of good fortune and good luck. That goes retrograde until the 30th of December. So when the outer planets go retrograde, it isn't as significant because they spend about 6 months in retrograde. So, you know, if we pay too much attention to it, they spend about 6 months. So the thing about retrogrades, when the planet appears to go backwards, the energy kind of extends itself or exists mostly in here for you internally. And when it's direct, you're able to engage with the physical world and make changes there, right? So with the lucky planet going retrograde, it's in Taurus at 15 degrees. Ideas for new practical kind of ventures that you can fix and control and manifest, those are going to come from within here. It's also in your 3rd house of communication, and that's specific to you guys, Pisces. So pay attention between now and the end of the year until the 30th of December for ideas that come up that relate to new businesses or restructuring your life, moving, changing your physical health, your appearance. And if they are repetitive, then you can usually trust them. If it's something that's here today, gone tomorrow, like on a whim, then usually it's your ego involved a little bit. But I would interpret this Jupiter retrograde in your case to be actually very positive, because it means that the focus, the communication, your focus is inward, and you understand what's really important to you, what you can control and what you can't control. Okay, so then let's move on. Those are the important things happening at the beginning of September. The moon goes through your 4th and 5th houses of family and love and children and what you do love until the 11th of September. So that's a good time to connect with family members, with friends, to enjoy your home life. On the 14th of September, we have a new moon in Virgo. So the new moon is when the moon goes pitch black and it pulls lots of energy in. That was interesting about August, because in August we had 2 supermoons and this new moon in Leo in the middle, and it pulled so much energy in. This one pulls Virgo energy in, and Virgo is much more about getting things organized and being practical, looking at all the information and saying, I want to build something. How do I actually go about doing it, right? If I want a house, then I'm going to need bricks and mortar, and I'm going to make that happen. It's ruled by Mercury, the communication planet, which on the 14th is still in retrograde, its final day of the retrograde. And the midheaven, the transiting midheaven, is in Virgo in between the sun and the moon. So the energy, the Virgo energy that says, hey, make sense of things. And with Mercury, remember being retrograde, let me look at them differently. Let me approach other or adopt other perspectives and ways of seeing things, because I'm willing to do that with Mercury being in retrograde. So the new moon in Virgo for you guys, it's in your 7th house of relationships. But with the midheaven sitting in between, it's really how can I take whatever it is I'm working on or that's important to me, that I'm structuring and organizing, and how can I involve other people in that? Or how can I delegate? Or how can I make this project that I'm so clear on, how can I involve other people in that? So that's really helpful in the sense of, what are my expertise? How can I bring them out into the world? Or these are the action steps to create the new business. Who am I going to have to connect with to make that happen? So whether it's someone who builds a website or a publishing company or anything like that, it really gives you an opportunity on this last day of the retrograde to really reorganize things and to make plans for the future. The next day, on the 15th of September, when Mercury does go direct, things make sense. Mercury is in Virgo, the sign that it rules, so it's very happy in that placement, and it's at 8 degrees. So I'm really able to now take these plans that I've got and all these new unusual ideas, and I'm able to put them into action. The other thing around the middle of the month here is that we have the moon and the sun and the midheaven and Mercury all in your 7th house. If there's been a lack of clarity around your relationships, right? Who can I trust? Or, well, that's a bit, how do I feel about certain friendships? Where's this relationship going? If that's been somewhat nebulous and hard to suss out, then around the middle of the month, that will start to make sense. And again, you can make practical plans around that. And now on the 19th of September, we have something really interesting happening. We have the Sun in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces. This, for me, I always find really interesting, because if I'm doing a personal reading for someone and they ask me, hey Greg, do I have intuitive abilities? Could I work as a medium or as a channel? I look at what the Sun and Neptune are doing, right? If the Sun and Neptune are opposed in the way that they are on this day, the 19th of September, then that person is very intuitive, but it feels kind of alien and foreign. It feels hard to reach and to listen to. If they're squared, then there's this constant back and forth between what's my spiritual guidance and how can I relay that into practical action, or what does the physical world say in response to it. And if the Sun and Neptune are conjunct, then that person is very, very intuitive, but it's so close to home that it can be overlooked. So on this day, we've got the Sun in Virgo, so your conscious identity is saying, I want to get things organized, I want to understand my relationships, I want to create new relationships and build bridges, right? With the opposition of Neptune in your sign, Pisces, in your first house of self, you really are very supported by your dreams, your intuition. Saturn is also in the first house, so there's a sense of certainty. This is what's real for me, therefore I want to manifest it. So you Pisces are very, very practical here in September, and you can manifest your hopes and dreams and really take on like military precision here. This is step 1, this is step 2, I'm gonna do it. So it also means with the opposition, it seems far away almost. My hopes and dreams that have eluded me up until now, how can I use all of these practical action steps to make more progress, or to try again, or to pick up where I left off, or even if I failed at something, how can I try again and make that happen and make it a success for myself? I love it. Then on the 23rd of September, we have the spring equinox. So the spring equinox is when the sun is fully on the equator as such, and night and day, there's an equal balance between the two, and it's the beginning of autumn. So there's perfect kind of balance between night and day. And again, when we have perfect balance, we're able to access that in-between spot, right? So use Mercury in Virgo to make sense of what are the next steps for the 3 months ahead? What do I want to focus on? What do I want to realize? What do I want to organize? It's really like the Temperance card in the tarot, where this emotional balance, the sense of everything is okay right now. It gives you this kind of space to assess and to get clear on what you want to do. And then finally, on the 29th of September, we have a supermoon. Same as we had 2 of those in autumn, that's why it's been so intense. Here at the end of September, this is a full moon in Aries. And again, for you Pisces, the full moon, when the moon kind of lets go of all of its energy and it showers us with it, Aries is about making a new start, a fresh start, right? How can I overcome obstacles and move forward? How can I realize my hopes and dreams? And for you, it happens at 6 degrees in Aries in your second house of the practical, of the physical world. So allow yourself to dream, and then allow yourself to take practical action. You can manifest the things that only exist in your head right now, and you can make them real things. And you as Pisces, you have like a particular vision anyway, you know, that other signs aren't always privy to. So your ideas are the ones we need to be manifested so that the world and life becomes more interesting and richer and fulfilling. Yeah. Okay, because it's a supermoon as well, you'll feel this Aries drive to move ahead, to do something independently, to pioneer in some practical way. You'll feel that intensely around the end of the month, 28th, 29th, 30th, and then moving into October. So see what you can build. The houses that are really highlighted, as far as I can see, your 6th house at the beginning of the month, so work and practical circumstances, your 7th house of relationships, understanding those, and then the 2nd house, your practical world, how you can build that and how you can make it more solid through your own action. Amazing. So I expect to be really productive here in September. I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading, or scroll down until you get to that button. Click on it to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, as well as my intuition. So if you have any questions around your friendships or your work or travel, your connection with institutions or your daily routine, your work, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.